Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Welcome back, darlings. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist Cognac Wellerlane, and welcome back to Cognac's Corner. In another moment, we will be watching another fabulous video. But first, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and always press the notification button to let you know when I will be publishing a new video. And also, darlings, don't forget to leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about my videos and what other type of videos you'd like me to make. Let's get to the video. Pink champagne kisses. Welcome back, darlings. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist Cognac Wellerlane, and we are here at the 2024 Concours d'Elegance, and I am here with Justin Bell, and he's going to be making some wonderful announcements pretty soon. So tell us about the Concours d'Elegance. What can we expect for today?
Well, it's interesting. This Concours obviously has been a few years under the stewardship of Haggerty. They're refining it and growing it. And it's the second day. Yesterday was the Concours de Sport, and if you've seen it, the cars were so different. We had, muscle cars, and there was VW Rabbits. I mean, some really interesting stuff, as well as very expensive rare cars. Today is the Concours d'Elegance, so naturally things are more refined,
More elegant.
More elegant. We dress a little better. She dressed a little bit. We all look a bit better. But at the same time, we have a Lamborghini Countach right behind us, which is, the ultimate poster child of the 70s and 80s. And then we have the cars of Stephen Harris, who is one of the world's most famous architects, and he has these beautiful four-cam Porsches. There's $10 million of cars just in 6 cars right behind me, and
My God.
that's nowhere else on the face of the planet do you have 6 cars like that. And he's our Grand Marshal, so he's in a beautiful pink suit if you see him, so you'll recognize.
You'll
match. And
yes, 'cause my favorite color is pink, as we all know.
I would never have guessed. But, and the judges have a very big, more serious task today. When owners bring their cars that are so special to an event like this, it costs them a lot of money to get them ready. It costs, to transport them. So it's a competition. They really want to win. I mean, if you win a competition like Pebble or here, if you win a Concours in best of class or win best of show, your car's worth a bit more money. It's not just a trophy to put on a shelf. So there's a lot of prestige to this. So you'll see guys in blue blazers and straw boater hats walking
Those
around.
are the judges.
They're the judges. They're just not badly dressed. They're here for the, they're here to judge. So a unique setting by the water. Greenwich, Connecticut, of course. You couldn't get
Always
more
beautiful. It's always elegant. Now, is this your first time at the Concours?
It is. I used to come here to race at Lime Rock, so I've been in the area, but I've never been here before. Yeah, a while.
We are avid fans of Lime Rock, Connecticut. My husband drags me there. He gets me up at the crack of dawn because we live in Long Island, so it takes us hours to get there. But he says, you got to get up because if we get there any later, there won't be any parking. So he gets me up at the crack of dawn. Can you believe that?
No, I can. That's what it happens. The sacrifice of sport. Anyway, yeah, I love it up here. I'm in LA, so seeing green grass is, as I said to my girlfriend, all this green means it rains a lot. Remember that.
That's right. Can we follow you, Justin?
Yeah, you can at Justin Bell TV. So I've got to start the show now.
Gorgeous.
Thank
Let's
you
do it
so
now.
much. Thank you.
More interviews right here at the 2024 Concourse d'Elegance, darlings. Pink champagne kisses.
I'm Justin Bell, your host of the day with Bill Rothermar, who is the man that knows it all. I just merely tee the ball up and you hit it, Bill. We have had an amazing weekend so far. Yesterday, the Concours de Sport, well, it really lived up to its name, and you walked in, you saw cars from a kaleidoscope of automotive history, all here on this beautiful little peninsula, but it really lived up to its name, didn't it? There's some surprises, amazing cars, and crazy, very cool people.
I think your point is so well made. The Concours de Sport was meant to be fun. Not that today's not meant to be fun, but yesterday was just a great day. Everybody had a good time, and kudos to all the Haggerty folks. I mean, things could not have gone more smoothly yesterday from our perspective. We had a really wonderful day. We talked about who would have thought that 5 cars from the same class would have received awards. The 50s custom class, the judges, and again, these are judges, guys and gals who like all kinds of different cars, yet 5 cars from that wild 50s custom classes walked away with awards yesterday. And of course, the best of show was one of those cars. Pretty cool.
And an interesting reflection of mission accomplished for the Haggerty point of view, and very important for the entire hobby of car collecting, is you did an interview yesterday with a 20-year-old young man who bought his VW Rabbit, who actually played, and he won. He won. And I thought that was a great reflection of what we're all trying to do here. Not just everyone with grey hair turning up in the bed like this.
Hey, nice.
I am being nice. Mine's covered. But being at an event like this, seeing that enthusiasm and the opposite, almost attracting of the wonderful cars of Stephen Harris, our Grand Marshal, 6 all-cab Porsches that arguably you would never see in one place at one time on the face of the planet.
I think it's important to talk about Stephen's cars too. They're just off our shoulder here. Those 6 cars that you see, not only are they 4-cam cars, which make them, of course, very rare and very valuable, he has cars that are 1 of 1, 1 of 4, 1 of 6, 1 of 20. They are the rarest of Porsches, and not only do you not get to see one Carrera 4-cam, you see 6 of them in a row that are meticulously prepared and beautifully detailed, beautifully presented. Today we're going to have fun. Once again, we're going to bring up some car owners. We've already got our cars of their tone here, which have kind of an additional thing we'll talk about. These are all Marcello Gandini cars, and we'll talk a little bit about that. We're going to have muscle cars up here. Ramsey's going to do a walk of the supercars at lunchtime. You have a visit with Ken On, I believe, from Broad Arrow Auctions to talk a little bit about the marketplace. So we're going to have a little bit of something for everybody here during the day today, and we're thrilled to see you already joining us. That's our goal here is to engage. Yesterday we had a Crosley up here that was towing a little, almost like an amusement park ride, jet behind it, and I was so happy to see. I bet there was 100 pictures taken with kids sitting in that jet. It was just a really magical moment. And so we're glad to have you all here, which is a reminder, upload your photos to hashtag Greenwich Concours, hashtag Greenwich Concours, and there will be a prize given to the best photograph. Sorry, I got a little windy there.
Well, that was wonderful. I can put my notes down. So, as is tradition, it's a beautiful Sunday here. We're actually about to have the national anthem. So if everybody can turn their attention, there is a flag by our main stage here. Haggerty's own Doug Clark will be singing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, darlings. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist, Cognac Wellerlane. Keep watching. More celebrity interviews coming up right here at cognacscornermagazine.com. Pink champagne kisses. Welcome back, darlings. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist, Cognac Wellerlane. We are here at the 2024 Greenwich Concours d'Elegance, and I'm here with this fabulous gentleman. He's here to talk about his fabulous car. Introduce yourself, darling.
Sure, my pleasure. My name is Christopher, and thank you for.
And your last name?
Canellis. It's
Nellis.
Yes.
Tell us about your car.
Sure. So it's 1964 Pontiac GTO, which in the car circles with the American muscle cars kind of is credited as being the one that started the muscle car wars in the United States between Ford, GM, and Dodge, Chrysler. This particular car that I own here, it has been brought back and restored to life as pretty much all nuts and bolts correct and body off the frame restored. It is a 389, which was the only motor option you could get in 64 and 5 with the GTO. It has the 4-speed transmission with the wood grain wheel, and it does make it a bit of a kind of eye catcher the way it came out of the factory that way. And yeah.
It's really a beautiful car. How did you find this car?
So by the time my wife and I got to this stage in life where we could afford to go into this kind of world, we started hunting down, hey, we would like to get a couple of nice classic cars to have in the garage. It's been a lifelong dream, and we found this one out in Michigan, and we purchased it about 4 years ago, and we've done a little bit of detail work to the car to bring it up to concourse level.
How many cars do you have?
We have 4. We have a couple classics, one being a 67 S-Code 390 that's also pretty much nuts and bolts. It's a 1 of 10 build, being springtime yellow with the black vinyl top. And the big block 390, it's a 4-speed as well, top loader 4-speed. And then we have 2 late model Mustangs. I have my favorite being the 21 Mustang Mach 1. It's a track car. And in a rare color, grabber yellow with the 6-speed transmission. So my wife and I are both car enthusiasts. She's always that support that's always standing right behind me and saying, go for it.
Go for it. I love it. My husband is a car enthusiast too. That's how I found out about this event. Is this the first time that you are submitted one of your cars to Greenwich Concourse?
It actually is. This particular car, my GTO here, has won the regional Pontiac shows, first place trophies in its division there. But now we're happy we actually got invited here, and I'm happy to be here, and I'm just looking forward to an awesome day. There's a lot of beautiful cars here.
Now, your car is submitted for an award. Am I right about that?
I'm not really sure about that. I don't want to speak out of turn, but I do know that we were invited to come here. I know that.
Excellent. What do you think of the Greenwich Concourse?
Oh, we've had an amazing time. We're staying next door at the Delamar.
I know. Did you go to the party last night?
We did not, because after I got done driving about 250 miles, it was a little later in the afternoon. Yeah, we're pretty tired, and we wanted to get the car prepped for today and stuff, yeah. But tonight we plan on enjoying a little bit of fun.
Fabulous. If we want to follow you, are you on Instagram at all? Or Facebook or Instagram?
Yeah, so I own a martial arts training center because professionally I work as a professional martial arts instructor, particularly, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and mixed martial arts, to help families and friends and all kinds of different groups of people empower their lives. You can find us at themartialartszone.com, and you can link up there.
Spell that?
The TheMartial ARTS Zone, ZONE.com.
Fabulous. And your name again is, spell it?
It's Christopher. My last name is Canellas, Konelas.
Gorgeous. Let's do an air kiss.
Best.
We'll be back in a moment, darlings. More interviews right here at the 2024 Concourse d'Elegance. Big champagne kisses. Welcome back, darlings. I'm TV host, entertainment journalist, Cognac Wellerlane. We're here at the 2024 Concourse d'Elegance. I'm here with another fabulous owner of one of this beautiful vintage car. He's going to introduce himself and tell us all about his gorgeous car. Introduce yourself, darling.
So I'm Harry Davison, and this is Goggy. Goggy is a 1929 Model A Ford. It's really the car from which all the American cars spring from, right? The Model T was one of the ones that everybody knows about. This was the model that came after that. And you're probably wondering, how does A come after T?
Yes, tell us about that.
So Henry Ford produced models, and each new model was based off of a letter of the alphabet. So he went around the alphabet twice.
Interesting, fascinating.
And the model that came after this one was the B. So what made this revolutionary was three things. You'll see the wire spokes and metal rims. The Model T only had wood spokes and wood rims, so you didn't get a flat tire as much as you had a broken rim. The second thing was an electric starter instead of the crank, which meant that women could drive this car. So it's the first time this really empowered women drivers.
Wow, he was like ahead of his time. Absolutely. He was all for women rights.
Yep.
That's wonderful.
It's fantastic. But Henry Ford was a utilitarian, so he liked to make one thing suit many different purposes. So the chassis on this car, or the framework on this car, can be adapted for this two-door coupe, which is called the business coupe. There's a convertible version, beautiful looking lines. There's a four-door, and there's a truck. It's all the same inner workings, all the same framework, but then just different applications. So this was a utilitarian but multi-varied use kind of a car. And the other thing that was very different about this was a water-cooled engine. So before that, they were all air-cooled, which made them very unpredictable in the summertime. This one is air-cooled. You can drive it on a 95-degree day, no problems.
Amazing. Now, how did you find this car? Were you specifically looking for this car?
Very easy. This is the first car my father ever owned. His father had been America's first combat pilot in World War I. He'd flown bombers in World War II.
My father.
Masters of the Air. And he got into Yale on the GI Bill and went to Harvard Law School, and this was his car in Harvard Law School.
What a beautiful car. What a history behind this car. Amazing history, really.
And my kids love sitting in the rumble seat, which is open to the air, and they just love cruising down with their dad down the road.
Where do you live?
We live in Locust Valley, New York, which is all the way across Long Island.
I live in Long Island, too. So you live on the North Shore.
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. What a gorgeous car, really, really. Is this the only vintage car you own? Do you own others?
This is the only one I own right now. Don't tempt me about getting more. There are so many beautiful cars around here, but I don't want to make her jealous.
I understand. We don't want to make her jealous. Yeah, we won't make her jealous. We won't do that. So now let me ask you something. If we want to, can we follow you? Are you on Instagram? Are you on Facebook?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
On any of those things.
On any of those
Do you have a website, a company?
This is the first time that this car's been in a show because it's been a family car.
I see. Do you have a website? Do you have a company?
Well, you can see my movie about America's first combat pilots. It's called The Millionaires Unit, and it's available on Amazon, and it tells the story of...
So you're a filmmaker.
Well, not by profession, but by passion, yes.
Oh, so you like showbiz like me.
And
Love it. Love it.
This is an award-winning documentary film that I did for PBS, Public Television.
Excellent. What's the name again?
It's called The Millionaires Unit, and it's
Millionaires Unit. And you are the executive producer?
That's right.
Gorgeous. Let's do an air kiss, darling. And we'll be back with more interviews right here at the 2024 Greenwich Concourse d'Elegance. Pink champagne kisses. Back, darlings. We're here at the 2024 Concourse d'Elegance. I'm here with this gentleman who owns this gorgeous Cadillac right behind us. It's an amazing car. Introduce yourself to the camera.
Hi, my name is Lee Brent. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland.
This is a beautiful car. Now tell my audience about this car.
That's a 1931 Cadillac 452A, all-weather Phaeton, which is both a convertible and a limousine, which is unusual. It has a roll-up rear window to be limo-driven if you want, but the windshield all disappears and the top comes off if you want to drive it as an open car.
Really beautiful.
It was purchased new in 1931 in Baltimore, Maryland. Its original colors were black. I believe it was purchased as a limousine for some wealthy family. And it was found in a barn in the early 1950s, at which time Pruitt Restoration in Pennsylvania did this full restoration on it. And it's been shown at Pebble Beach, Amelia Island. It's been at all the big concourses in the country. And it's an award winner.
It's an award-winning car, right?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, wow. Now, how did you find this car?
A friend of mine owned it. A gentleman named Charles Gillette. He bought it in the 70s and had it restored in 1980. And he died about 5 years ago. He was the oldest living Navy SEAL when he died. He was a World War II veteran and a very successful car dealer. And we were dear friends. I would have dinner with him probably every other week. And when he died, his estate came to me and said, "Look, we'd like to keep this in the quote-unquote family." He didn't have any children. So he had 9 cars, and they were all going to go to auction at one of RM's auctions. I think it was Hershey or Amelia Island. And they said, "Would you like to buy the Cadillac?" So I hemmed and hawed a little bit and said, "Yeah, I'd love to buy the Cadillac, but how much do you want for it?" So they offered it to me for a price that was pretty much market value, but maybe a bit of a bargain because of my relationship with him. So I decided to grab it. And this was 4 years ago, and I've had it ever since. And we've done a little bit of work to it to refresh it, and it's done very well at every show I've taken it to. We'll see if it does anything.
You've submitted it to other shows as well.
Oh yeah,
that's why it's won awards.
Yeah, it won Best in Class at St. Michael's last fall or 2 falls ago. It's been it went up to Audrain last year. I can't remember if it got a class award there or not, but everywhere it goes, it draws a crowd.
Well, it's gorgeous.
It's a beautiful color.
Do you have a website? Do you have a Facebook or an Instagram or any of those?
No, I don't.
Who cares? It's a beautiful car. What's your name again?
Lee Brent.
Spell that.
Leighbrent.
Gorgeous. Let's do an air kiss. Mwah, mwah. More interviews right here at the 2024 Concourse d'Elegance, darlings.
Now where do I?
Pink champagne kisses. We are here at the 2024 Concourse d'Elegance, and I am here in front of this gorgeous Rolls-Royce. And this gentleman is going to introduce himself and tell us all about this fabulous vehicle.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Kevin Nickel, and I'm with Nostalgia Motors, a restoration shop out of Boonton, New Jersey. And we're here representing this 1915 Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost, nicknamed the Dragonfly. And it's nicknamed the Dragonfly because of the iridescent paint that's on this car. In certain lights it looks green, in certain lights it looks purple. And this car is truly a one of one. It has a boat tail speedster back end of it. It's the chassis is 30ED. It's actually an interesting story about the first owners of this car. Originally it was owned, or was supposed to be owned by Emile Nobel, and his family is the one that did, that was the Nobel Prize. But in 1915 in Russia, where he lived, World War I was starting, and so he was unable to get this car. A man with the last name Lowenstein ended up buying this car, and he was a businessman out of England. And what's interesting is he was the third richest man in the world at the time, and this car was actually, we have the original invoice. It was purchased for $27,000, I want to say, or no, $15,750. And he was actually more known for his death than he was his life. He was taking a private plane across the English Channel, and there is a theory, well, he fell out of his plane, and there's a...
Oh my God!
I'll show you.
He fell out of the plane!
He fell out of his plane, and you can see here is the man who fell from the sky. And there's many conspiracy theories as to what happened. As he was the third richest guy in the world, people say it was his business partners that pushed him off. Some people say it was his wife that pushed him off. But it's just crazy to think.
He had a lot of enemies.
He had a lot of enemies. And so that was the first owner of this car, and it traded many hands throughout its life. This was actually changed bodies a lot of times, as these pre-war Rolls-Royces did. The chassis and the engines last forever, but the bodies did not. This was a tow truck in Morocco in the 30s. This was a torpedo-style tourer in the 60s. And then this was finally rebodied in 1998 in England to where it currently is today. And now we maintain this vehicle for our client Tom Maioli, and it's a beautiful car, and it's a great driver, and it's a wonderful car. So we have a restoration shop that my dad started, Bob Nickel, in 1994, and he had classic cars his entire life, and he started out of his garage, and his dream was to open up a restoration shop, and that's exactly what he did. So in 1994 he opened up the business, and we've been doing hundreds and thousands of cars over the years, everything from pre-war cars to post-war muscle cars and all that kind of stuff. And so it's a labor of love with these cars, and it's always it's always great to make a customer's dream come true. That's a childhood car they want to make brand new, and we're able to accomplish that for them. And it's something for me I take passionately, because I want something like this to live on, right? Because you look around and there's a lot less restoration shops now, and
there is.
And so I want to be able to continue the legacy of all the classic cars, because all of these cars have a story, and all the people that own them
have a history.
They have a history, and people. It's about the cars, but it's also about the people. And so I just want to like I said, let that legacy live on.
Now tell my audience, where can we learn more about your restoration company? Do you have a website?
Yeah, so our website is nostalgiamotors.com, NOSTALGIA motors.com, and you can find us on Instagram at nostalgia.motors.
Gorgeous. And your name again?
My name is Kevin Nickel.
Gorgeous. Let's do an air kiss. More interviews right here at the 2024 Concours d'Elegance, darlings. Pink champagne kisses.
Hello, darlings. You've all heard of Marilyn Monroe. Some of you know Bridget Bardot. Well, now it's time for the Cognac show. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh. I said Cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh. I'm a bubbly blonde, fabulously dressed to impress. One of a kind girl. I was brought into this world wrapped up in pearls. I love to mingle, though my husband reminds me I'm not single. I meet and greet both the famous and the elite. I ride in limousines, drinking the finest champagne, wearing furs, dazzling diamond jewelry. A girl can't complain. I live the upscale life, dining in the finest restaurants, eating the best caviar for free. And no matter how much I enjoy cognac, ooh, ooh. I said cognac, ooh, ooh, ooh.
It's been a Crybaby Productions, darlings.